welcome to Strategy Call on Author Teach. My name is Terry Thompson, and today our guest is Karina Kantas. Karina is a prolific author of 13 titles. She also writes short stories, and when her imagination is not working overtime, she writes thought-provoking, dark flash fiction. There are many layers to Karina's writing style and voice, as you will see in her flash fiction collection, Heads and Tails, and in Undressed. She opens up more to her fans, giving them another glimpse into her warped mind. When Karina isn't busy working on her next bestseller, she's a publicist, author manager, and virtual assistant. She's also the host of the popular radio show Author Assist on the Artist First Radio Network and host of the YouTube show Behind the Pen. Welcome, Karina Kantas.
Thank you, Terry. It's a pleasure to be on the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Thank you. And I know that we've previously talked before, and every time that I talk to you, it's always a great conversation. I always learn something new from you, and I think that's absolutely amazing. You are definitely a wealth of knowledge and experience, and I just want to personally thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
So, wow, you're really a busy lady. How do you find time to really fit all of that stuff that you do within your schedule?
Well, I work as author assist 5 days a week, nearly 10 hours a day on the computer. I start at 10 o'clock in the morning and probably turn it off at 10 at night. The computer doesn't go off. I'm online nearly 24/7 because I have insomnia. Most of my clients are in the US, so that's perfect because I'm over in Greece. So when they're awake, I'm awake. So I can get most of my work done and my chats done like early hours of the morning.
Kind of works out perfectly, doesn't it?
It works out perfectly. I leave the weekend for family and also to work on my own books. It's the only time I get to write, edit, do what my editors keep screaming at me to do. The deadline's coming close now. And work on anything else I have to do, and leave author assist for the week. But I keep really busy. I have regular clients. I've just had a new client. I've been working with her on advertising and promotion and marketing. So it's non-stop, but I love it. Multitasking.
Do you actually ever have time for sleep?
Well, that's it. I suffer from insomnia. I'm lucky if I get 3-4 hours sleep, but I've been living like that for a long time now, so I'm used to it.
I'm kind of the same way. I used to spend, because I'm a bit of an entrepreneur myself as well, too. I have multiple websites, multiple online businesses, multiple virtual services. So, I've absolutely been there where I've had 30 minutes of sleep and get up and I'm right back after it again. So for a few years, I did the same thing myself. And then I kind of realized, I was like, man, this is really starting to take a toll. So I had to dial it back just a little bit to spend more time with family, spend time to actually think, to see how I'm going to move forward. So does that ever pose a problem for you? Just staying up all the time, do you really not find time for other things?
Well, I'm a singer as well, and I'm in a rock choir. So we do live performances, and we have rehearsals twice a week. So I have time for that. So I still do my hobbies as well as my writing, as well as working my butt off for my clients, and spend time with my family. My office is in my living room. So I'm always with my children and my family around me while I'm working on the computer. And they could be watching TV, but I'm still working on the computer doing my job. But we're around. I'm not shut off in an office.
Right.
So it's like I prefer it than going off working in an office for 8 hours and then coming home and making dinner and spending 2 hours with my family before we all go to bed. I prefer it like this because I'm always at home. I'm always around them.
Right. Yeah, I'm a little bit of the opposite. So I actually do go to a day job, and then I come home, and my office is here in my basement, in my house here. So I'm always turned on. So I know with the digital world and computers and the internet, it seems like we're always turned on. No matter where you are, there you are, along with the internet and your business and opportunities.
Exactly.
And so do you ever feel like you would ever miss an opportunity, or if you're not on all the time, or no?
I can't remember what my life was like without the internet.
Yeah.
I've been doing author assist since 2015 now.
Yeah, it
and I've
definitely
been in
definitely
this
changed the world. You know, it definitely created a
oh
lot of
God, yeah.
opportunities. You know, this great quote by Tony Robbins. I always love, you know, quotes, and I'm always on the lookout for great quotes. And Tony Robbins had this great quote: "There's never a lack of resources, only a lack of resourcefulness." And
Yeah,
to me,
I like that.
thought that was an absolutely great quote because, you know, there's a lot of people looking for business opportunities. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't know how. I was like, you know, there's lots of opportunities. You just really
It's
got to be
there. It's
resourcefulness
there.
with
Yeah.
what's out there.
Anything you need to find, any help you need is there on the web waiting for you. You just need
Absolutely.
to take the time to look for it.
I agree wholeheartedly. You know, here lately, I've been reviewing a lot of books. Okay. And I've noticed a lot of huge opportunities for authors out there. And here's the thing, I noticed that there's a lot of things that authors are missing the point on. They're not taking advantage of some of the opportunities that are out there for authors to do. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, writing the story is just not enough. Okay. It's really
That's the
not.
easy part.
That's the easy part. Writing the story is the easy part. I mean, I have a few books published myself. I'm actually a nonfiction author. So I really do a lot of self-help professional development based off of my knowledge and my experience. I'm trying to dabble within fiction because there's so many opportunities that are out there to create worlds and stories and characters and this, that, and the other. So here's the thing. Once everything is published, you know, that's really kind of where the marketing takes over. So what are some marketing strategies that you've personally done and that you've helped other authors within your business?
I think what authors don't realize, it's not about just selling the book. I think the first thing they need to do, they need to sell themselves.
Right.
People need to know who they are,
Mm,
why they're writing, what they're writing. You don't have to go personal, get into personal things in a conversation or in a
mm,
post or anything. But
right.
if someone's going to spend their money on your book, why would they do that just because you tell them, you're the author, you tell them how amazing your book is, go out and buy it? Why should they do that?
Right. This is
But
the
if they get
greatest
to
thing since
know,
sliced bread. I promise. Go get it.
yeah, exactly. They need to know who you are. They need
Mm,
to trust you. They
I
need to know
believe.
that that book that they pick up is going to be as good as you say.
I
And by
agree
doing that,
wholeheartedly.
you're not just promoting your book, you're now promoting yourself.
Hmm. You
So
know, and
like
I
doing
see that. I see authors every day that just go out there and say, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. And then there's nothing else beyond that other than just go buy my book. I'm like, okay.
yeah.
So what are some strategies that you've done or that you've helped authors to avoid the whole buy my book syndrome, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, you can you do posts you do posts about yourself, about what you've been doing during the day.
Mhm.
You don't even have to mention the book.
Right.
You could do a post with a small excerpt from the book so that readers actually can see that you can write, and they
Right.
can see your style of writing, and they'll know just from that small excerpt, which of course is going to be a cliffhanger and make them go out and buy the book,
Yeah.
that it's what they want to read. So that
Right.
really helps. Doing book trailers, maybe having a small narration done. It allows a book trailer allows the reader to see more into what they're going to get,
Hmm.
the action side. It's like a blurb but with pictures.
Right.
With narration, when it's done correctly, it's like the book comes alive and you hear about the characters. And
Absolutely.
again, things like that, they're not using. They're out there, they're waiting, but they're not using. They're doing these posts, buy my book, they show their book cover,
Mhm.
and they just hope that someone clicks on it.
Right.
um, the most thing that really sells books, and especially paperback books, are the sign-ins, going to libraries, going to the book cons. Having
Mhm.
a one-on-one with your potential reader will sell that book.
Mhm.
You go out there, you shake their hand, you introduce yourself, you tell them about your book. They suddenly know that you're an author. They're really excited about meeting you. Yes, I'll buy your book.
Mhm.
It's face to face. And when you can't do face to face, then you do it virtual. But
Right.
you have to make sure they know who you are, that, you know, you're worth spending money on.
Right. Okay. And that's a great point. And I've actually seen that. So out in public, I go to a lot of public places as well too. And I love it when I see an author sitting in a public place, whether it be a store, a bookstore, a shop, whatever the case may be, out there selling their books. Now, here's the interesting thing. I've gone to these places and I've seen authors just sitting there just
No,
like that, doing nothing. And I'm
no,
like, why are you not engaging? Why are you not
why are you
talking?
not networking?
Why are you not
That's the
networking?
whole point of being there. I mean, they pay for the opportunity to be there. It's not free for an author to actually go to one of these cons. So
Mm,
sitting there and doing bugger all is just like throwing your money away.
exactly.
You've got to smile as soon as someone comes to your table, even if it's just glancing. You stand up, you
Mhm.
introduce yourself, you ask them how they're doing, you
Yeah.
get into a conversation, whether they buy your book or not.
Mhm.
You need to communicate.
Absolutely.
and,
I
and
agree
and you
wholeheartedly.
know, you've got to communicate virtually if you don't have the opportunity to go outside and sell your book.
So have you ever done any I don't know, like webcasts or anything? I know that you get on YouTube and I know that you're kind of out there, but have you ever done like a webcast, like maybe a first chapter reading or just a page reading or something like that?
Well, that's funny you should say that. The new book I'm working on, I had an idea. I wanted to do something a little bit different.
Uh-huh.
So, what I've done is I'm working on it at the time and putting up anything that I've written up on Wattpad.
Oh, okay.
And I'm getting the Wattpad readers to read it and to leave comments, to maybe give me ideas or whatever.
Mhm.
Then from Wattpad, I do a narration of a chapter that's already been up there.
Mhm.
So then you've got KK Narrations, which has nearly 83 videos on it now of
Mhm.
narrations that I've done for other authors and my own books. So you've got Broken Chains, which is my new mafia thriller. That goes on there every time I do a new chapter. Then I have my newsletter, and my newsletter subscribers get a chapter, the last chapter I've written in the newsletter. And this I've never done before. I've never opened myself up like this before to the public.
Yeah.
And I thought it will be, it's a new marketing strategy. Whether it works or not, we don't know. I'm
Right.
going into 15 chapters now
Mhm.
onto Wattpad. I've got my followers now. I'm promoting it on Facebook, on Tumblr, on LinkedIn, so everyone knows about Broken Chains. Everyone's reading, everyone's commenting, enjoying it. But it's a new strategy, and I haven't
Mhm.
shared it with anyone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here, my new client, let's try it this way. I want to
Right.
see first if it works for myself.
Right.
So
I
yeah, I
understand.
mean, you've got to go out the box. You've got to do something different. You don't follow the herd. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping that this will work. But you've got to give
Yeah.
it a go. You don't know till you try.
Well, I mean, that's the epitome of leadership right there. So you're leading the way, mentoring others, so that way they can follow your example. And I think that's absolutely amazing that you're doing that. So that's one of the things that I do. I'm a leadership expert, and I do things, and that way others will follow and follow that example. So one tactic that I've actually done is I've gotten on Facebook Live, I've gotten on YouTube Live, and now Facebook, of course, I'm meeting a lot of my own audience, but when I go on YouTube and go live on YouTube, I'm not really just reaching my audience. I'm reaching other people that are out there, depending on the hashtag that I use of the video, the title that I use of the video. I've actually done different things and gotten on YouTube live and just started reading my book, and then somebody comes on, and of course I've always welcomed them. Hey, thanks for listening. My name is Terry. I'm a published author. I'm reading from my book. Thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe. Once again, it's all leading into a way that I'm connecting with that audience. So another thing that I think that and I know that not everybody's comfortable with being on camera. I'm not comfortable neither. It took me a minute to kind of really get used to being on camera, especially on YouTube Live. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this. The first time I went on YouTube Live, I was sweating bullets. My armpits were all sweaty. My forehead was all wet and everything. I was nervous.
Oh,
And the more that I did that, the more I went live, the more that I interacted, the more that I engaged, the more comfortable that I got. So once again, for authors that are out there that are not used to technology and things that are out there, you will soon discover that the more you do things like this, you will get comfortable.
Exactly. I mean, I've had with Behind the Pen, my YouTube show, I've
Hmm.
had authors that have never done an interview on camera before.
Hmm.
And, you know, we've talked before because it's not live, I do edit from it before I
Uh-huh.
put it onto YouTube. And I say to them, look, we're just going to have a comfortable chat.
Yeah.
And if the F-bomb comes up, I can edit it. If you just stop talking because you don't know what to say, don't worry, we'll edit it. You know, I make them comfortable, and after they're like, oh, I really enjoyed that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, good. Well, that's your first one. Now go and find someone else. Go and
Right.
find another podcast.
Hmm.
Go and find someone else to interview you.
Hmm.
Get your name out there. No one's going
Exactly.
to knock on the door and say, excuse me, are you an author? I want to buy your book. People need to know you. They need to know about your books. And they
Right.
won't do that unless you take that first step. There's a lot of authors that aren't comfortable about promoting themselves.
Right.
That's where I come in. That's where I take over for them.
Hmm.
And the thing about Author Assist is the word assist.
Mm.
I'm not just doing the service they're paying me for. I
Right.
want to teach them how to do it themselves. I want to make them comfortable and get confidence to be able to go out and do it themselves. And
Absolutely.
it's working. And I know from the testimonials that I've got back that people, my clients, are very, very happy. They've gone on to win prizes, they've gone on to be best-selling authors, and
Hmm.
they said they couldn't have done it without me, without sounding like a big head. These testimonies are on my website, you can see them. I'm not
Right.
lying, you know. I've
Mhm.
helped people, and I love that I've done that, and they love me, and we've been clients for and employer for many years now. So
Well, I've talked to a couple of your clients, and I know that I've even interviewed Dr. Wesley Britton, for example. And, and I know you've helped him out tremendously, someone like that who really does need that outside help, for someone like him. And I know that you've provided a great service for him and other authors as well, too. So I've heard nothing but positive reviews. I've seen nothing but positive reviews for you and for your service. And I think that's absolutely amazing that you're out there doing those type of things, because there's a lot of authors that really don't know, technology. They know how to write a book, but yet they need someone to help them get that into a Word document, out on Amazon, out into the
yeah,
world, marketing, advertising, book
yeah,
trailers, teasers, banners, book blurb, all these different things and elements that go into it. So when it comes to writing, as we mentioned, that's the easy part.
yeah,
Okay. When it comes to marketing and advertising, I also believe that SEO, search engine optimization, is a huge opportunity for authors to reach markets that are out there. Because here's the thing: Google, huge search engine; YouTube, huge search engine; guess what? Amazon, huge search engine. Okay. And if you don't have the keywords that are in there that people are searching for, you will never, ever get discovered
yeah.
by writing a book and sitting back and do nothing about it. So how important do you think that SEO is for an author?
Oh, most definitely. Like you say, people, some authors just go out and then they put their book on Kindle and they think, right, that's it. I'm going to start getting my sales, and sales don't come in. And maybe they get a sale from someone and it's a bad review, and they're just stuck. You look at their blurb, you look into their keywords that they've used for their description. If they're using keywords and those keywords aren't actually in their blurb, then that keyword is a waste of time.
Right.
Um, Another thing with keywords, when you go onto Amazon and it has these 6 keywords you can use,
Mm-hmm.
people don't realize that you can actually use more than 6 keywords.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you don't use a comma, you can put up to 8 keywords in one box.
Right.
Going from 6 keywords to 30 keywords.
Mm.
Now, these keywords can have anything to do with your book, your plot, your story, the characters, the monsters that you're using, an author that writes similar books to you, a book that's very similar, a film that's come out that's very similar. All of these keywords people could be searching for. Hashtags, how important hashtags are, not just on Facebook posts and Instagram, but on your YouTube video. No one's going to find your YouTube video if you don't use those hashtag keywords.
Right. You know, and that's a very important point that you're on, is keywords. So I know that that's one of the things that authors either overlook or they don't quite know how to use it. And I know that you hit on some key points of, you know, how many keywords you can put within there. You know, so break down a little bit more about that strategy that you use yourself with keywords. So I know you mentioned that you can have, I think it's up to 8 keywords or up to so many different words per space without commas and so on and so forth. So does it go deeper than that? Like, do you have another strategy that you use that helps you identify those keywords?
No, I mean, there are softwares out there that can help you with that when you get stuck. I'm sure you can name a few yourself, Terry.
Yeah, Google for one.
Myself, yeah, myself, and when I'm helping my clients, because it's one of my services, is to do keywords and play with the genres. Because there are hidden genres in Amazon that authors don't know, and putting those keywords, playing with those genres, can get that author's book to #1 bestseller like that, if you do
Absolutely.
it correctly.
I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, you know, what I was kind of touching on there is search engine, it kind of ties hand in hand with search engine optimization. What are people looking for? So you can get out on Google. Once you start typing in Google, guess what starts popping up? Keywords. You know what I'm saying? So you can add those within those keyword sections of Amazon. Google Trends is another one that I personally use, trends.google.com. So I'll go in and I'll see what people are searching for compared to other keywords. And if it fits within a certain band, then of course I know that that's a hot and that's a trending keyword. So I'll have a
Exactly.
video on that later on. So there actually is a strategy behind that, and I'm going to record a video to explain that exact strategy. And I think that kind of ties hand in hand with what you do with keywords. So, you know, it's not necessarily just writing romance, fantasy, science fiction. All right. Hit key plots, points, subject matter experts, like key topics that people, you know, that it could, like bullying, for example. Okay,
Exactly.
that's a great topic right now. That's even trending, bullying. So if
Mm,
you have a book that has an overarching kind of theme or topic about bullying, go in and change the keywords and add bullying to that.
yeah,
You know?
I mean, it even can be just one scene where there's bullying,
Yes.
because people are searching for that keyword. Your book is going to pop up.
Exactly. You know, it's interesting that you talk about that strategy, because I know that you and I previously had a conversation about that, and I actually put your strategy to work. Now, here's something interesting that I discovered. I've actually done your strategy 2 different ways. So I got another buddy of mine that is an algorithm expert. So he
Uh-huh.
kind of explained algorithms to me and keyword search, and it kind of tied hand in hand with the algorithm concept and then your concept of keywords. So I had 2 books. All right. I did this to 2 different books. One book, I had 1 keyword and I put it multiple times in all of those blocks. I wanted to rank for that 1 keyword. It was it. Now this is going to get interesting. So the other book, I took your strategy and I put multiple keywords. I filled it all up into keywords that I wanted to rank for, that I wanted to be found for. Believe it or not, those books for those particular keywords showed up in search when I started searching for those keywords ahead of top ranking best-selling authors that are out there, because I had those keywords within that section.
Good.
That's the power of that strategy right there, is that people, if you know what people are searching for, go in and change your keywords. People are searching for it. They will find your book because they're searching for it. You have it within the keyword, the SEO, the wherever it is, the title of your book, the book description, the look inside section, and people will discover
Exactly.
your book
Yeah.
because you
Yeah,
have the right words in there.
it's like you say, it's not just about changing those keywords on the Amazon, on KDP, on the Amazon description.
Hmm.
It's about using those keywords in your blurb, using those keywords in the first page of your book.
Hmm.
If you don't do that, okay, your keyword's there and it could be found, but the more you use that keyword,
Hmm.
the more the chance has of your book being shown when someone types it in looking for it.
Absolutely. So that goes back to what I was just saying a second ago. I had one keyword. I knew people were searching for that keyword because I did my analysis. I got on Google, got out on YouTube. I looked at Google Trends. I did my whole thing and said, okay, here's a keyword. I know this keyword is being looked for. I went in, I put that in there. My book showed up right there on the first page, on page 1, for that keyword, ahead of a lot of other big time New York Times bestselling authors, USA Today, big multimillionaire entrepreneurs, and so on and so forth. I got excited. I didn't do like no flips around my room or nothing like that, but but I got excited because I was like, wow, this works.
This
And
works, yeah.
once again, I want to thank you for that strategy, because that
You're
is an
very welcome.
absolutely amazing strategy. And I think that the more authors that use that strategy, the more visibility that they're going to gain, because they are optimizing their book.
Exactly. And when I do this with my clients, because it is a service,
Hmm.
I don't just go ahead and do it. I make sure that we have this face-to-face meeting.
Hmm.
I share the screen. I show them exactly what I'm doing. We talk about the book, we talk about keywords, we decide which ones are going to work, and we do it together so that when they do their next book, they know exactly what they're doing and they don't need to hire me again.
Yeah. Well, teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Wonderful.
All right. So, where can, if somebody wants to connect with more from you, your books, your services, website, social media, what have you, where can someone connect with more from you at?
Well, all of my links, including my business, are all on my banner on my Facebook page banner. So you just click on the banner and you'll find all the links there. I'm all over. If you just put Karina Kantas into Google, you'll get 74,000 pages. I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
You'll find my channel on YouTube.
Okay.
On Ask Us First is the radio show.
Okay.
Um, Facebook, I have my own business page, K Kantas Author Assist, and I have on WordPress my own website. It's new, it's still being built, but the
Okay.
testimonials are on there. There are banners and graphics for you to look at, so you can see if I'm talented enough for designing stuff for your book. There's also book trailers are on there, so you can see some of the trailers I've made as well.
Okay.
You can contact me on kgantus authorassist at gmail.com, or just get in touch with me even on my normal page, Karina Kantas. Message me and we'll have a chat. And that's how
Okay.
clients get in touch with me. They want to know more about my services. I'll send you my service sheet with all the prices. You'll see that no other assistance or PA gives you more service for the price that I charge, because as an author, I know how much it costs to market your book, to promote it, to get it out there, to do everything you need to do. It costs a lot of money, and so I
Mhm.
keep my prices as low as I can. And I work bloody hard for my clients, and I'm
Mhm.
online all the time
Yeah.
for them. So, and like I said, when I start with new client, I want to face to face. I want to have a chat with them. I want to make sure that we connect, that we can work well together, that we can trust one another, because that's a big thing for me is trust. They need to trust me that I know what I'm doing. I need to trust them that they're going to listen,
Mhm.
learn, and hopefully not have to hire me again to do the same thing.
And more importantly, take action. So everything that you've highlighted here within this quick strategy call is actionable. It's easy to listen to. It's easy to follow, easy to implement, easy to take action on, and even easier to get results.
It is. I
And
mean, the
that's
new
the key
thing
point.
The new thing that I learned about, I've just quickly mentioned it, is about the hidden genres in Amazon. It's a new service, so if anybody wants to know more about that, contact me and I'll go through it with you, and we'll get your book up those charts.
Okay. And there's a lot of them out there. You know, Amazon definitely has created a system that anybody and everybody can fit in somewhere, you know, with
Yeah.
genres, subgenres, categories, subcategories. I mean, it is just an endless, like, wide variety and wide open opportunity for authors to get in where they fit in, so to speak, on that platform.
Exactly, but the thing is that when you are uploading your book and you see how many keywords, and people don't know that you can put 8
Mhm.
in that one bar, they use
Right.
one keyword. When it comes to genres, they only get 2 to choose from.
Right.
This is wrong.
Mhm.
Amazon have hidden. There are ways of getting over that wall.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay,
Well, that
and
we may
this
have
is
to
what,
we may
go
have to
ahead.
keep that for another strategy call right there to talk about hidden genres, or maybe we need to keep that to ourselves.
I
I
think
don't know.
yes, yeah. It's a new service, so yeah,
Sure.
come and chat with me, and I'll
Yeah,
tell you exactly how to get up there. Yeah.
absolutely. No, I get it. But honestly, Karina, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to pick your brain today. You know, like I said, every time that I talk with you, you're a wealth of knowledge, you're a wealth of information, a wealth of experience. And I know myself, you know, it's like the old saying goes, iron sharpens iron, and you've definitely sharpened me today. And I know that everybody that watches this is also going to be sharpened by your wisdom, your knowledge, your experience. And I want to thank you
I
for that.
hope so. No, thank you for allowing me to come back on the show again.
Yeah, no worries. So once again, thank you for joining us on this strategy call. I'm definitely wishing you all the best and continued success. Here's the thing. Take action on these strategies. So everything that Karina shared within this video today, like I said before, it's easy to follow, easy to implement, easy to take action on, easy to get results on these strategies. Okay. And once again, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to give me an email, shoot me a message, reach out to me. And if you want to connect with more from Karina, you can do so. I'll make sure that I have all of her links, everything below the video once this is live here. And you can connect
I
with
mean,
more from her
if
services.
if anyone has questions, I don't charge to answer a question. You know,
Okay.
if people have a question and they need help with something, it's not part of my service. I will give them as much help as I can.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you. Like I said, I know you've helped me tremendously, and I know that there's authors out there waiting to benefit from you and your services. Once again, Karina, thank you for joining me. Take action on these strategies. They're really easy. All right, and we'll see you in the next video.